everyone, welcome to DT in Uganda. My name is Migisha Liz and this is Hidden Stigma, where you have a voice. I just want to say thank you to every single person out there who takes off their time to watch Hidden Stigma. It means so much to me that this message is actually going viral. Now, if you're watching Hidden Stigma for the very first time, there are a few episodes you have missed, but this is what you should do. Go to our YouTube channel, that's DT in Uganda, and check out what you have missed. Kindly do not forget to subscribe to our channel, and of course hit that notification bell so that you do not miss a thing. Now, we have all been through a situation. I feel our energy is drained. Or you probably know someone who is going through that same scenario. During these times, we usually get the feeling of wanting to fight against it, wanting to do something about it. And in forms of talking about it, for example, what I'm doing right now, Hidden Stigma, I'm talking about things affecting you. Others have managed to start up organizations. Now, that's what I call doing something about it. But how many of us are actually doing, fighting this whole issue? How many are coming out? How many are actually talking about these kind of things that are revolving around? Well, I'm proud to inform you that on this episode of Hidden Stigma, we bring you a guest, which was to follow her and do something about it in relation to mental health. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Hello to everyone.
Hi guys, I'm Nabasa Benitah and I'm the founder of Hero. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so Benitah, who are you? What's the best way to define yourself?
Well, I'm a student. Quite simple, but I get so irritated easily.
Okay.
But then I easily forget. I easily let go of things that bother me. And I'm a bit lazy but hardworking at the same time.
Wow, that's a lot to define yourself by. Now I want to go to the campus bit. How is campus like for you?
I wouldn't say I like it. I want to be honest. I wouldn't say that I like it, but things come and you have to do them but the right way. And you have to find time for everything. You have to find time for school, you have to find time for work, you have to find time to create everything at its own pace.
Okay. The way how you make it sound like there's a purpose behind what you're doing. Which brings me to a question of which course are you doing on campus now?
I'm doing international relations and diplomatic studies. Yeah.
What's that course about?
We are the future ambassadors.
Future ambassadors?
Yeah. I can be an ambassador of Uganda in the US, I can be an ambassador of Uganda in Iran, anywhere.
So they focus on training ambassadors. Would you say only ambassadors?
Not necessarily ambassadors. There are a lot of things that you can be when you're studying that course. You can be a politician, you can be someone who runs an NGO, you can be an ambassador, you can be a protocol officer, a lot. It's just a lot, a counselor. Yeah.
So for you, yours is for the ambassador part of it. That's the reason why you're doing it?
No, I actually want to work with the UN.
That's your dream?
Yeah.
Wow. If UN is listening, I guess you now know what to hire next.
I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what's life at campus? You look to be this kind of person who has the taste, has the style, knows how to enjoy her life at campus. What is your life like when you go for campus?
Normal. Yeah, I'm normal. I just do whatever I want. I wear whatever I want. As long as what they're going to teach is going to my mind, to my head, it's not going to my way of clothing and stuff. But I just do like looking nice and good and beautiful.
Okay. Then before we even started going on air, there was something you were talking about that I think is very key. You were talking about how you're paying for yourself. You're taking care of yourself. Every bill is catered for. And, you know, it kind of intrigued me. How are you managing doing all of that?
Well, it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of knowledge. Yeah, it takes a lot of knowledge. You have to, and it takes a lot of positivity. You have to believe that you can do it. You can do whatever anyone else can do. So that's it. You just have to find ways. You have to find ways how to get that money. You have to work hard.
What are some of those ways that have helped you get that money? because when you talk of bills, kindly, what are those bills we're taking care of?
Tuition, rent,
Outing.
outings, hair, makeup.
Now that's a
Everything.
huge bill. If you had to estimate the bill for like a month, those are millions that are being taken. How have you managed to get all that money?
The bad thing with people is people underestimate anything. They don't want to like, I look this nice, I don't want to do this kind of job. But then it's not nice. You have to do whatever comes in as long as it's not dirty and it brings in money. So I've done some modeling.
Okay. And you actually look one. When I look at you, you look a model.
Thank you. Yeah, so I've done modeling, I've been faces of people, salons, makeup artists, trying all their products on me. So that's how I get some money, and then you do anything, whatever comes, yeah.
Now, I was going through your social media account, and it's interesting. You actually have an interesting lifestyle. When someone hears you're a founder of Heal, they can't believe you're the one behind those posts. You're so much of a freestyle person and all that. You put on your status, on your relationship status, that you're actually in a relationship. Do you mind us asking who you're in a relationship with?
Yeah, there's that special someone.
Okay.
Everyone has their special someone, and if you don't have, I pray that you get. And I have my special someone.
So would you want to share the person's name, or those are...
That's confidential.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
Then another thing I wanted you to know on social media was the vibe you have about it. You're open. You know, if you haven't checked out her account, you should look for her and check it out. Where does all that energy come from? You're so free on social media. I'm your friend on WhatsApp, but your statuses, you don't... It's like you're your own kind of person. How have you managed to be that?
Well, I just don't mind about what people say about me. I wasn't confident before, but then when I learned to be, I won't let anyone take me down. So I do whatever makes me happy. I post whatever, as long as it pleases my soul. It's okay with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I always do whatever I want, and I don't care, because people, if you to please people, you will not finish the whole world. You just have to do whatever.
Focus on yourself. Yeah, I would agree with that.
That is self-care.
Would you say that that's so much related to the concept of health?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're going to hold that. We're going to go for a short break, and after the break, she's going to tell us about Heal, because I'm sure you're excited to hear how she's able to be in campus, achieve all that, and be able to run an organization. We shall be back. Welcome back from the break. You're watching Hidden Stigma, where you have a voice. Well, we're still talking about Heal. What is Heal?
Well, Heal is an organization that creates mental health awareness. You know, it's a sickness. People don't seem to realize it, but it's something that we fight with every day. Something that affects us every day, but people don't seem to talk about it because they don't consider it to be a big issue, but it is a very big issue. So Heal is, it's our role as Heal that we create awareness. Yeah, and that's it. It was founded last year after something that had happened to me, like so terribly, because I've ever been there, so I know what it feels to not have anyone to talk to about your mental health. And so that's why I started out this Heal organization, to give people room to talk about their mental health.
Okay, so what happened?
To cut a long story short, it was because of a relationship. Yeah, and it was because of a relationship I was in for almost 3 years. And then when it ended, it really affected me because I thought it was so serious. So I had to fight with my soul. You know, you have to fight with your soul. I had to fight with my soul to fight. I went through a depression, and I had bipolar. So the depression came in after all that had happened, and it being mingled with a bipolar, it got worse.
Okay.
Yeah, it got so worse, and I didn't have anyone to talk to because, we think it's something that is ashaming because that's how people see it. That is something you're looking for attention, you want to be recognized, but then that's not it.
You talked about bipolar. What is bipolar?
Bipolar it's a mental health disorder where you'll be having like mood swings every time. You'll be feeling happy, like right now you're happy, and then in the next 2 minutes you're really, really, really turned off and completely irritated by everything that was around you.
Then how do you actually manage it?
Well, that's how I fought with it. I fought with bipolar, and bipolar doesn't like necessarily go away because even now it hits, But you just have to learn to control yourself, to control your emotions. You have to learn coping skills with how you deal with it, how you see something and how you deal with it. It's really learning the situation and learning how to cope with it.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just have to learn to cope with your own self.
Did you take any form of like medication?
Yeah, well, I tried therapy, but then it didn't work out.
Why? Why do you think it didn't work out?
It didn't work out because I thought I just tried so much. I tried like for 3 months being a therapist, but then it couldn't work for me.
So what?
Because I think I was so still scared of letting go.
Of him?
Yeah, of letting go, and so scared of being by myself.
Alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't like being alone, and I even have that anxiety that strikes me. Yeah, so you just have to learn to cope it by yourself.
Then what was your breakthrough point? How were you able to break through what you were going through?
Time came and I realized that I wasn't going anywhere with all this.
On your own?
Because because I was starting to be suicidal. I thought of ending my own life. All those thoughts, being suicidal, having all those thoughts. But then time came and I was like, why am I going with all this? Let me just learn to love myself. That's why I emphasize a lot of self-love. So that's how it was, and I learned to just love myself and find someone to talk to. That's when I talked to one of my best friends. And I just kept that positivity in me, and it changed me and it motivated me. Yeah.
So you'd owe you breaking through to your best friend?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else that helped you apart from your best friend that
I motivate myself?
On your own?
Yes.
How do you do that anyway?
Because I go through a lot, and I see a lot of people struggling, that a lot of famous people struggle with anxiety, all that mental health. Yeah. So I'd be like, if this one did it, like survived it, and is so successful, why should I just be?
Sure.
Why should I lay low on let my guards low? So I just have and be like, yeah, this is over. I have to be myself. I have to let go of all this, and be like, you can talk to someone else who is facing the same problem, and you can change someone's life. So that's one of the things that motivates me. I want to change people's lives through my story.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You made it. Then how does Heal run? What does Heal do?
Well, we do school outreaches mostly because there are a lot of young kids out there. They don't know how to express their feelings. They don't know how to express their mental health to
Issues,
people. They are so scared. Kids out there are so suicidal. People die because of depression. But when you get someone to talk to, maybe you don't know you can heal the stigma. Yeah.
Okay. So you've been doing this for some time?
Oh, from last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then what else do you do?
Charity.
Okay.
But haven't done a lot of charities. It's just a few because it's just a new thing, a new organization. So, but we're planning to do a lot more of charities and school outreaches, especially the young kids, because the people out of like 100%, 5% of the young kids die. Yeah.
Okay.
Because of mental health illnesses. Yeah.
So currently, the stand of Heal, how are you able to run it? What's like How are you managed to, like the finances? You talked about charity. How are you managing that?
Well, it's really so hard to get funds, but then there are people out there who are generous. People are generous.
Really?
Yeah, so there are people out there who come out and see the initiative and see the cause, and they are willing to invest in and fund the organization. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's amazing. Wow. Hello everyone, welcome back from the break. This is Hidden Stigma, where you have a voice on DTN Uganda. By the way, DTN has so many shows apart from Hidden Stigma. We have DTN Kakati, which is a news shop. We have updated news, by the way. If you don't believe me, check it out. We also have Lumbuze, the show that is all about gossip. You want all the gossip in town? That girl has every gossip. You need to listen to her. Now, we're still talking to our guest, and she was telling us, by the way, are they supposed to give us some kind of funding? We have ministers who address themselves as for Ministry of Health. Don't you? Why can't you try them for funding?
Well, I ever tried them, but no response. I wrote to them and they received my message, but they didn't get back to me.
Like no feedback at all?
Nothing.
Wow. How about other fundings? Like people talk about UN and other organizations that are related to mental health that are outside.
Yeah.
Have you tried them?
I've tried a lot of organizations, by the way, but maybe they have a lot of so maybe, just maybe.
Okay.
So you can't know, but I've wrote to a lot of organizations, but they haven't gotten back to me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's hope they finally break through.
I think.
Now, when someone asks you what is mental health, what's the best way you can define mental health?
Oh, well, mental health is, I think, to my own understanding, is how we think, how we see things, and how we cope with different things of the mindset. Yeah.
Do you believe that there's a stigma in society?
Yeah, of course.
What stigma do you think is there in our society currently?
Currently, people don't understand that mental health is real.
Yeah.
They do not understand that it is real. So they always stigmatize the people that have mental health issues, like you're looking for attention, you just want to be noticed. So a lot of people stigmatize the victims, yeah.
So what would be your viewpoint when it comes to stigma? What do you think people need to know about stigma itself?
I think people need to know that this is the cause that we're fighting, and it's real. Because we have to fight the stigma, and I need people to know that they're not supposed to judge. You're not supposed to judge how someone is dealing with the pain that you've not dealt with. Yeah, that it's normal to be it's so completely okay not to be okay. And it's so okay to talk about your mental health, and people should listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
When someone hears you talk, you have a lot of energy, you're positive about your life. I mean, you talked about bipolar and how positive you are. Where does all that inspiration come from? Where does all that energy come from?
It comes from myself, as I said before.
I
look from where I came from, because it was really a long journey. I had a depression and for over 8 months, and I wasn't speaking. So by the time I realized that I was going to die, and I had to come out and speak. So every time I look back and see where I came from, I always get so inspired by myself. I inspire myself.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, we want you to look into that camera, and you're going to tell the world what you need them to know about mental health. What the message that you think would best define what you've gone through, and what you think they should know.
Well, I want to tell all the people out there that mental health is as important as physical health. As long as we don't see the mental health, but it affects us. So I'm just calling upon other people to always speak their minds, because speaking, it just takes a few conversation for someone to get okay, and it's okay to seek for help. And I want to tell all the people out there that are victims of the stigma that it's okay not to be okay. It's here.
Oh. Thank you so much for coming through, sharing your story. It means a lot, you actually coming through. Now, your last remarks.
Well, thank you for having me, and just as a reminder, I want to ask you guys to like our Facebook page. It's HEAL, in capital letters HEAL, or you can call us on 07804164555 or 0565 or you can send me a message direct on Facebook and Nabasa Benitah second. For we can hear your story, because we are here to listen to you. It takes just a little conversation for you to be okay. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, DTN.
Thank you so much for coming through, sharing your story with us. It really means a lot. Now, once again, as I said, don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms. That's DTN Uganda on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and of course, our YouTube channel, which is DTN Uganda. Subscribe to it. Hit that notification button so that you do not miss a thing. And of course, leave comments on the platform, on the YouTube channel. We need to see what's coming through. If you want to be featured on the show, feel free to contact us. If you want to recommend someone who you think should appear on this show, feel free to also comment. We shall get back to you as soon as we can. This has been Hidden Stigma. My name is Migisha Liz. Till next time, bye.